Good evening, my dear friends. I'm very pleased to be with you this evening. To my memory, it has been 3 years now that I have participated in this kind of a gathering with the IES, both in Thailand and in India. We have covered the geography of major cities of India: Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai. And we discussed at lunch today that is one remaining major city which I am determined to visit in our next program, the IES, and that is Calcutta.
Thank you.
It will also give me a good opportunity if I go to Calcutta. It will be my first visit to visit another city called Shillong and also Meghalaya, because I have been informed by our own Royal Highness Princess when she visited Meghalaya 3 years ago that she had met the Thai people in that part of the country. The Thai people who migrated there 1,000 years ago from the southern part of Yunnan. And just for your information, it's the same group, it's the same tribe. It's known as Thai, who migrated from the southern part of Yunnan from a city called Sipsong Panna. 1,000 years ago, they went west, and now they're settled in Meghalaya and Shillong and that area, and they came east and south to a country now known as Thailand. The same group of people. And so I really look forward to that visit. And Mr. Ganesh has been kind enough to convince me that a good program will be waiting for me on that trip. So I will be able to go to India to talk to the people in my language. That is quite exciting for me. Our princess went there last 3 years ago, and she came back and she said, "Mr. Gorn, you have been very close to India, so you ought to visit this Shillong and Meghalaya, because there are some people out there that still observe the Thai culture, and they celebrate New Year in the second week of April, and that is when we celebrate New Year in Thailand." And so, IES, don't forget, next visit will be Calcutta.
Definitely, sir.
Definitely. Thank you. My friends, I never thought that I would be standing right in front of you this evening 40 years ago. It all started 40 years ago when a friend of mine who was a Brahmin priest gave me a book to read. I don't know that it would come to my life. It had such a great influence to my life in the past 40 years. And this Brahmin priest, he said, "Mr. Gorn, this is a good book. You ought to read it." And he gave it to me. And you know, I read it. Not only once, I read it many times. And it has been a great inspiration for my way of life until today. I spent 20 years as a member of the Thailand cabinet, 3 times as a deputy prime minister, and 6 times as ministers. And I have to tell you right now, that book had been the cause of the greatest inspiration of my life until today. I haven't told you the name of that book, and that book was called Bhagavad Gita. 40 years ago. It was in English, by the way. I couldn't read Hindi. 40 years ago. And there is one chapter in that book which I read, and read it more often than any other chapter in that book. And that chapter covered a conversation